Coming up next to this stage, we have the unruly girl. We have Miss Janet.
I think the last time I was here, Hot Tamale asked, "Do you have any merch?" And I said, "No, but I might as well mention that I do right now." Scars Publications is something that I run and work with literary magazines, and they have released 2 books of mine. One is because I've been writing poems for every day of the year. I've done a lot for different events because you look for things for every single day to write, and you find, oh, it's National Sword Swallowing Day. I'll write a poem about that. And so we actually put it into 2 volumes, and this is the first one. Every event of the year, volume 1, January through June. I don't have no way to show it off. And all of these books are cost over. They're $11.99, $12.99, and $13.99, and then Amazon makes you pay a lot of shipping and stuff. But if anybody wants any of these copies, they're $10 even. Also, I've got a pheromemes series. That's not even a word, but if you like somebody's pheromones, you might like my memes. And this is pheromemes, Instagram, Twitter, and poetry. And it's got larger typefaces and lots of images throughout, and it's kind of nifty cool. It's kind of nifty cool. And I also have a CC&D collection book, which I will mention when I read a poem from it. I try to find shorter ones for you, but I'm pulling one. I thought this would be a strange way to start it for the days of the year. This was actually written for the anniversary of the day that Nazi Germany actually staged a massive public book burning. And this was written for it, and it is called Volumes in Flames While the Spirit Lives. You claim to be well-intentioned when your only desire is to destroy our spirit. You call it decency, morality, but we call it a lack of morality if you choose to squelch any ideas other than your own. You may want to consign to flames hundreds of thousands of books, but there's only so much burning you can get done in one night, no matter how many of your peons you manage to get along in a fervor to help you. I don't care what you may think, but you cannot burn our spirits. We will remember these books. We will remember this act, and we will remember what you have done to us. You're trying to take away our freedoms, which means that you're trying to rob our minds. There is still those amongst us who cherish reading these books, and those who still cherish keeping them. This is robbery, thievery, and you cloak it under what you call good intentions. You think we'll forget, but this is what I want you to remember. Your childish act of destruction is only temporary. Remember this. Because I don't care how many books you set on fire. I don't care how many fires you set or how many books you burn. You will never destroy our spirits. Remember this.
Yeah, okay.
CC&D magazine's been running since June of 1993, and it ran saddle stitched for years, and I have on there, I'm like, if somebody wants one of the old ones redone so that it'll be sold through Amazon, let us know. And somebody did with volume 184, which was May 2008, and I love the cover that happens to be it. This is a book that's called That Was the Time, and I have to show off the cover of this guy sticking out his tongue, show it around. And so I thought I'd pull a poem from that for you, and I'm just gonna randomly, there we go. In a bonus section, this thing is a piece called Amber Beads. As the flames engulfed my worldly possessions, my everything seemed to disappear. But I did not cry for the loss of money. I cried for the photographs and the poems and the amber beads. I love you, Mother, and I love the mother who died while I rested in your womb. Sister tells me stories of visiting grandma and eating pickles, and I can remember every spring, every Mother's Day, you would diligently plant flowers around the Bakuda's name. I have learned to love her without ever even seeing her face. Joseph tells me that I seem like my mother, and I only pray to God that he's right. For then my existence would keep the love and keep the caring alive in a kind of living that no strike of a match, that no burning building, that no mere mortal could destroy. I'm going to find one for you from Pharaoh Memes, and as I had said, I'll just randomly pull out pages where they have short pieces. They have big photos in them that they came out as Instagram posts or whatnot. This one is just about a page long, so I will share it with you. I hope you like it. It is called Such a Surreal, Ephemeral Feel. I know that when I first saw my one true love across a crowded room, the other 200 people melted away, and all I could see was him. And we stumbled and fumbled at our first speaking to each other, but it didn't take long for him to send signals to clear everyone away so that all would know that it was only about him with me. He would make special all of our days together, and we would find hideaways at night from the tops of buildings to the sewers, places I'd never go unless it was with him, and I would have gone to the bottom of the earth and back if it meant that we could have stayed together. But before I knew it, he was suddenly gone. And for all of these decades, since he left my world, I've only been able to live in the shadow of what we had together. Yes, I may wallow, but I hypnotized people with the songs I sang for him. I'd sing with my heart of one that had felt such love that so overflowed that it was an abundant love that just radiated through the songs again, and that would make women cry just to hear me sing. There was such a surreal, such an ephemeral feel to what I have no choice but to live in those moments that we shared together. For although our time was brief, it was the only time I would ever want, and I will cherish it always. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much.
So unruly, that one. Give it up for Janet.